Hello, everybody, and welcome to Vintage Markets Inside the Charts. My name is Tamar Mehr from Trade with Precision. So, as AI companies reveal new product tools, companies in their crosshair are feeling the pain. And while the S&P 500 has bounced a little bit on Friday here in reaction to lower than expected inflation numbers, the AI disruption fears continue to grow. So I want to take a look here on the chart of the S&P, and we can see here on the 4 hours we're actually going sideways. If we take a look here on the daily, we can see that the level of 7,000, the round number, has been proven quite a resistance for this market. We can see again that we don't really have any kind of trend here, and we could potentially, if breaking this previous low, be making lower lows and therefore a downtrend. The other thing here is we can see that as the market is touching this level, the momentum indicators are actually making lower highs, so they're all pushing lower. If we'll take a look here on the weekly chart, once again, we can see that sideways that the market is making and also the strong divergence that we have coming in on both momentum indicators. So from the higher time frame, if we'll take a look at the monthly, we can actually pull back a little bit more. We are still in an uptrend on this time frame, clear series of higher highs and higher lows, and we are still overextended, meaning there's still a distance between where price action sits right now and the moving averages. So the area that I'm looking for potential pullback is in and around the 6,500. We can see that if and when the market will pull back into that area, it will also be back into the buy zone, that area between the 10 and the 20 moving averages. There's also a couple of touches at that level in the past, first as resistance and then as support. Now, on the way down, as the market is pulling back, we could see lower time frame a change in direction and offer opportunities to the downside. Next, I want to take a look at the chart of oil. So tension in the Middle East has saw the price of oil rising, but on the monthly chart, we are still in a downtrend. We print ever so slightly lower low, and currently we're pulling back into the sell zone, the area between the 10 and the 20 moving averages in a downtrend. What we can also see on the weekly that we have found resistance at the area of 66.5. Now we can see that level has been quite strong in the past. It offers support and then resistance, and we have quite nice and precise touches at that level. So what I'm looking for a continuation of this bullish move is compressions of price underneath this level. If we take a look here on the daily, we can see that as higher time frame pulling back, lower time frame change direction, and we do have an uptrend here on the daily chart, but we can see the touches and the strong reaction that we had to this level. So I'm looking for compressions of price on a lower time frame, and I'm looking for a break of this level and a continuation of this bullish move. Keeping in mind that we do have the level of 77 up ahead. Next, let's take a look at a chart of Bitcoin. And here on the weekly, we can see we are now in a downtrend, clear series of lower highs and lower lows, and moving averages 10, 20, and 50 all crossed into the correct order for a downtrend. And we do have strong convergence here on the momentum indicators to the downside. What we also have is the market broke this consolidation level in and around the 70 area, and we bounced off the 60. So there are two levels that I'm watching for a potential pullback. The first one is off the weekly chart, and it's a higher area, and it's in and around the 80,000. And even when the market will pull back into that area, it will also release some of this very strong selling pressure. The second level, and a little bit lower, sits around the 74 area. And the reason for that comes from the monthly chart. So this level has been the previous swing higher low in this market on the way up to make a higher high. So we could see some reaction to this level as well. Next, I want to take a look at the chart of gold. Now, gold here on the daily chart, chart, we can see is consolidating underneath this level of 51.20. We can see it was a level on resistance on the way up, a level of support on the way down, broken, and now is testing from below. So my plan for gold, if we'll take a look here on the weekly, we can see we are still in a very strong uptrend. We did clear the overextension, we pull back into the buy zone and currently continue higher. And from the monthly, we can see we are still in a very strong uptrend. So coming down into the lower time frame, my plan for this market is again to look for compressions of price underneath this level and then look for a break and then a continuation of this move. We can see on this time frame the number of touches that we had on this level. If, however, the market will break through this level without giving me compressions of price, because the higher time frame in this case is in an uptrend, I'll be looking for a pullback to test this level from above and then a continuation of this move. Happy trading, everyone. Bye for now.